What's up, guys? This is Sean Oda, owner of Valhalla Training Grounds, and this is the Valhalla Chronicles. This is not the bullshit that you read on social media. These are not fake stories told by fake people. These are the Chronicles of life. With me back again, as always, my trusty sidekick.
What's happening?
Sweet Sal. What's up?
What's going on? How was your weekend? How was your week?
Weeks are rough, dude. I had a lot of shit to get done at the gym. I was fixing shit today. I got more shit to do tomorrow.
Who keeps breaking shit?
Well, so the good and bad thing about the gym is so, we have like a 95% active member rate. So like shit gets used.
Yeah.
So inevitably at some point shit's going to break. It's usually just cables though.
Yeah.
So, which is like no big fucking deal. But this one cable, I don't even know how.
But if used properly, it would never break.
Well,
I mean, they can lift up like triple, quadruple the amount of weights that it does.
yeah, so that's the thing. So yeah, so sometimes the shit breaks because it's not being used right. A lot of times, like just after continued use, like the sleeve rubs off it, and then you get the wire exposed, and then after continual use, the wire starts to fray. So
Yeah.
whatever, but they keep one of the adjustable cable crossovers we have, the arm you can adjust from top to bottom. And I don't know what these motherfuckers are doing, but they are either adjusting it too quickly or they're letting the weight slam or some shit because the fucking cable keeps slipping out from the pulleys.
Yeah.
And they don't try and put it back, they just use it.
Yeah.
Put it out the pulleys so it fucks up the cable. So I went and replaced it and bought another cable today that seemingly can't slip out. But
They'll find a way.
Yeah, we'll see how they find a way to fuck this up.
Well, I think it's the way that they test the fishing line. Like they don't just add the weight and let it hang. I think they let it drop, and it's that force.
Yeah,
That's what pops the string.
maybe.
And that's it. Because people don't lift. They lift like.
Well, it's not that it's breaking. It's whenever they adjust it, whenever they drop it, it puts tension in and it skips off this pulley.
Yeah.
And it's just like sitting on the bearing.
You know what else you need to do?
Oh, please. I always love your ideas.
It'll piss everybody off.
Right. This is how I know it's going to be good.
It'll be amazing. That one mirror in the middle of the cable crossover,
Yeah.
take it out. That one mirror, take it out.
Why?
So you can't hang with your shirt off and do abs. Because there's a million places to hang from, but they refuse to hang from it because you can't look at yourself while you're doing it. And you're trying to do like a cable crossover, you're in the way, but all you want to do is look at yourself in the mirror doing the ab leg raises.
Dude,
There's all those racks that you can go hang from.
all the wonky shit that happens at the gym
Move that one mirror. Problem solved.
never happens when I'm there, and I keep telling myself that I need to stay later, but like I keep thinking back to how it was when the gym first opened and trying to maintain balance in my life and all of that shit, because I would love to because when I was there all the time, like nothing ever fucking happened.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
And that cable crossover, that big wide one,
Yeah.
that needs to be viewed as one machine.
Well, it is one machine.
No. They want to look at themselves in the mirror, whether it's a tricep extension, doing a set of 20, whatever the fuck that does, or some curl. But there's somebody that wants to use both of them at the
Right.
same time.
Well, that's why I got those two smaller ones. I got the two narrow ones.
Yeah, but to get like a real wide, like people,
Yeah.
they could go use those other pulleys.
Yeah, they could.
They won't
Because there's no mirrors.
no mirror.
right.
I say remove all the fucking mirrors.
No, we gotta have some.
Go put one in a corner.
And
You wanna look at yourself,
And I bought all
go
those
in the
fucking
corner.
mirrors and put them up, so I feel like just ripping them down is really just kicking myself in the nuts.
Or at least just that one. even more, dude, cut it to where it's missing this much.
And just in the middle.
Just, it's missing this much.
So what you're saying is we need to have somebody hang like they're doing abs, measure it.
Yes, and you can only see your arms
Right.
holding it. Please fucking do it.
Yeah, it probably would.
It would solve all the problems.
It probably would.
6 inches of the mirror, just to piss everybody off.
That's why you don't. That's why you don't run things, huh?
And just know, whoever's listening to this, if you're doing just one side of that thing, there's somebody that wants to use both of them at the same time. You're welcome.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
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 Yeah, but I mean, you know,
All gyms, whether you work out wherever, just know that.
well, like I said, that's why I got the narrow ones. But I mean, like I said, we have a 90%, 95% active membership. So people are there using shit. Everything gets used. Yeah. There's nothing that don't get fucking used. Everything gets used. So yeah, I was just
strong ass coffee and this conversation. I'm fucking fired up now.
Oh well, good, because I did legs and I'm fucking dragging, son. I'm fucking hurting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just planning out shit. This whole week was kind of spent planning out some shit I want to knock out with the building and the gym and shit like that. Cause we're getting closer towards the end of the year, so
yeah,
trying to knock out 2 more machines maybe before year's end. Got another fan I want to put up. Gonna do something about those sun panels. I want to put some flooring in the front room.
Sun panels. Oh, it's leaking?
No, the fucking panels that we have in the roof that like they cut the insulation out around so the sunlight can just shine through.
Right.
Yeah.
Natural light.
Yeah. I'm going to get those covered and rolled and
yeah,
with some UV resistant shit. So just some changes for next summer because we're kind of like slowly cruising into fall now. So
it's easy now.
Yeah, once it hits, once the weather hits the high 80s, it's like AC in the fucking gym. Like once it's high 80s outside, literally, like that's the cool thing about training at Valhalla is if you're a Valhalla member, you get to experience fall before everyone else does in Louisiana.
Yeah,
because everyone else is like, oh fuck, it doesn't get cold till December.
Well, anything over 70 is hot.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've been training in high 90, low 100-degree temperatures all summer.
Yeah.
So as soon as it hits that upper 80, it's fall, homie. Bust out the fucking winter clothes.
Fucking crazy.
It's fucking cold outside.
Yeah. Wear a long sleeve shirt.
It feels great in that motherfucker.
Yeah. It's amazing
that's a benefit. That's a free benefit you get included in your membership at Valhalla. Is if you train there during the summer, you get to experience fall sooner than everyone else in Louisiana.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Fuck yeah.
So, yeah.
I had to go to I went to a birthday party for a 40-year-old man.
Yeah? How was that? I mean, you had to have taken it seriously because you got your fucking haircut, so.
Well, it was a costume party too.
Really?
90s themed costume party.
You dressed up?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you did. Fuck yeah, you did.
Yeah. I was Pat Healy, who was the guy that was stalking Mary in Something About Mary.
Yeah.
I had a little pencil thin mustache.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
and Danielle
awesome.
had the hair.
Yeah. The comb hairdo.
Yeah, she won like best costume.
Nice.
And then we got a $100 gift card to this brewery that's on the North Shore. And we just gave it back to the person. I'm like, yeah,
never
we're
going
good, dude. I tried to drink one beer, almost died. I was
so how was the party?
It was fun, yeah. 90s dance music. I just kept reminding myself that I'm here for a 40-year-old's birthday party. That was bizarre.
Yeah.
To be that old, like
that kept the shock value going.
Still throwing a party.
Yeah.
He blames it on his wife, but it was probably.
Well, the best part is now for my birthdays, dude. Like I want as few people involved as possible.
I just want to work on my birthday.
Which actually last year Taylor had a surprise party for me. Had a bunch of fucking people there, and it was actually cool as shit because that was the first time in my life someone had ever done that for me.
Yeah.
So it was actually really fucking cool.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, it would be,
I'm the opposite. I hate parties.
Yeah, I'm not a. Yeah, I mean,
I don't like inconveniencing people. This is how I look at it. Okay, it's my party. Am I that selfish? I mean, people got a lot going on. They got wives, they got kids. They're trying to, tight budget, whatever. Am I that selfish? Like, we're supposed to be friends. Why do I need you? Why would I want you to come out to eat with me and cost you $200?
Right. No, it makes sense.
That's shitty.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like, I thought we were friends. Why are you costing me? Why are you costing me $200?
Right.
That's how I view it.
Right. Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah. Or like, I want you to be in my wedding. Oh, great. Now I got a $200 fucking tuxedo. Oh, you want a bachelor party? There's a fucking $1,000 weekend.
What I do think is shitty is the timing of these fucking parties.
There's a party for everything.
Dude, me and my ex-wife had to go to a party for her friend that like lived in Hawaii. So they didn't even live here. They were from here, but they didn't live here.
Yeah.
So they wanted to have all their New Orleans friends at their wedding.
Yeah.
They had their wedding at 6 o'clock on a Friday in the French Quarter.
Perfect.
I'm like, your friend's a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Like, people work.
Yeah.
It's a Friday.
Yeah.
And downtown? Well, fuck, we got to leave at like 4:30. And we only live 20 minutes away.
Right.
Like, you're a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I got to work all day. Then I got to rush the fuck home, shower, take a Uber to the fucking French Quarter. Like, dude, it was a nightmare. It was a fucking nightmare. So, like, that's what I don't like.
So they could save $5,000 to have it on a Friday versus Saturday.
Yeah, you want to have a party, that's fine. But, like, be considerate when the fuck you have it.
That's
like,
what I think.
Holy shit, dude.
That's what I think.
I mean,
I feel the same way. That's why I don't have
well, it don't matter for them because they're like, they're from Hawaii, so they're down here. They're on vacation.
Yeah.
They're starting their honeymoon wedge, so like they don't give a fuck. They got a free open schedule and do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Dude, Danielle threw a surprise party for me one time. I was so fucking pissed because she lied to me. Because you know they got to lie to the person.
Yeah.
To surprise you.
Right.
So they told me, we're running home, take a shower, and then we're going to go eat at this Italian restaurant that I like.
Yeah.
I'm like, great.
So you're pumped. You're ready to go to the restaurant.
Yes, great. I want to eat Italian food.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Dude, I walk into my house, there's 20 people in there. So I'm like, what? We're not going to eat? Like, that's the first thing I thought of. I was so fucking pissed. And I was like, never fucking again.
Well, Taylor did it super slick. Taylor took me to the steakhouse that I really like.
Yeah.
And,
or surprised me at the Italian restaurant then.
Well, right.
Yeah,
So that's what she did. So it was just her, I, and Avery. And I'm like, okay, we're going to dinner. Like, sweet. And then we go upstairs and there's a fucking room full of, 15, 20 people.
Sweet.
Which was cool. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Because like I said, that was the first time somebody did. But to the point you made, I was super stoked that I got to go eat here because the food's fucking great.
Right.
So
right.
That still got to happen.
Yeah. If you're going to lie about a surprise party, the lie has got to be worse than the party to make the party exciting.
Right.
You can't
play with my emotions.
You can't say we're going to do this great thing and I'm fucking stuck at the house.
Right.
That's
hungry,
terrible.
wishing I was eating fucking Italian food.
Right. Yeah. Now I'm eating fucking pizza.
Yeah. No, I get
Domino's.
No, I get it. Yeah. Fuck yeah. No, I totally get it. I totally get it. So this week's topic, we're going to kind of play off of last week's episode because they kind of rolled in together. This week's topic is, it's dangerous to be weak in 2024. Really, it's dangerous to be weak from now going forward. Really, it's dangerous been weak
from
2020.
Every second right now.
From 2020 going fucking forward. But I feel like it's something that has to be addressed because depending on where this country goes, leadership wise and economic wise, it's only going to get harder. Yeah. So at what point are you going to get tired of everything being hard because you don't have certain shit in place or you don't have the habits or the discipline in place to make them as easy as possible? At what point are you going to say, okay, I got to do something about this because the powers that be on, they're only making shit worse.
Yeah. Well, right now, I mean, you got to be mentally strong more than anything.
Well, yeah.
But like, you know how we talk about every day needs to be a win?
Yep.
Well, right now, you got to be like a fucking pool shark. Like, you got to be 4 or 5 moves ahead. To
Well,
where you,
No, I agree.
you
No, I
got
totally
to
agree.
strategize for the future. If you just going like day by day, dude, you gotta project.
Well, here's why I feel like the mental aspect is so important, and we're gonna bring up some political shit. But I try to anytime we talk about political shit, I try to put this out there as a disclaimer first. I don't really identify with either party. I consider myself an American. I want what's best for the country.
Yeah.
I think there's, a lot of dumb shit that Trump said and a lot of dumb shit that Trump did. Just because I'm anti-Joe Biden doesn't mean I'm a MAGA fucking Trumper, which is a whole nother topic I'm not going to get off on, but it really fucking pisses me off that MAGA, Make America Great Again, is demonized.
Yeah, that's all a game.
We all live in America.
Yeah.
Why the fuck wouldn't you want America to be great? If you hate Trump, that's fine. You can hate Trump. Cool. We're not talking about Trump. We're talking about a slogan that is Make America Great Again.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with that? Are you what you want to make America shitty? I mean, what?
Dude, it's the psychological warfare that's just, and the propaganda that's just put on people, and they just ate up completely. I always think of Nancy Pelosi, her famous fucking quote. Any Democrats out there, this is what they think of people. And I quote, I can put a D on a fucking glass of water and make it the president. So they could run a fucking glass of water
Right.
with a D on it and get people to vote for it and win. Because there's so much, all the news, the tech companies, the billionaires, the corporate, everybody is pushing that agenda.
Right.
So you're just inundated every day, hour after hour. And Trump does something good. How do we spin it to be bad? And people fall for it.
Yeah. Sure.
Every time. And dude, they're just loyal to that party.
Right.
Because it's hive mind mentality.
Well, it's low mentality is what it is. It's fucking people don't they don't
can't elevate.
They don't think for themselves.
Correct.
And that's the problem. So here's,
And they want to say like Trump is all in a cult and all those people believe everything he says. Fuck Trump when it comes to the vaccine.
right. Right.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, dude, well, wait. You can't say that one party's like a cult because they believe everything that one says.
Correct.
When the other side's the same fucking way.
Yeah.
So, like, what the fuck are we doing here? I mean, were you gonna call them out, but you're not gonna call yourself out? What the fuck you do?
It's just a gaslighting to tell you that you're doing good, but you feel like shit. But they told you feel good, so I guess I feel good.
But
Isn't that crazy though?
this is the point I'm trying to make with the whole foundationally, I think it starts with the mental strength. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the mental strength, you're not going to have the discipline.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do the habits.
Yeah.
You're not going to have the fucking knowledge to be financially stable or strong. You're not going to have the knowledge to take care of your health. So like the mental aspect of it is everything. So when I've been seeing shit lately that mentally is throwing me for a fucking loop. Okay.
Yeah.
And I see people buying into it. And that's what made me want to talk about this and say, start off with, you have to be mentally strong. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Biden was president for 4 years. And everything.
3.5.
Whatever. And everything got worse over that time.
Yes.
People realized it got worse. They were tired of the bullshit. They recognized it needed a change. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. So now Biden drops out and we have Kamala and she's running for president. Now, the narrative the whole time is, look, everything's fine. We're good.
Biden
Inflation's
economics
gone.
is working perfectly.
Right.
Yeah, inflation's
Okay.
lowering.
So Kamala Harris steps in. And her first day on the presidential campaign, she says, when you put me in office, I'm going to fix everything.
Yeah. She's campaigning against herself.
Well, wait. If everything's fine, what needs to be fixed?
Yeah.
If everything that you and Biden did the last 4 years has worked, then what's fucked up and needs to be fixed?
Right.
So that's the first thing that when she said that threw me for a loop.
And this is when all the corporations jump in because that makes you question what the fuck's going on. But this is the new thing. Vice President doesn't have any say on that.
Doesn't ever say on what?
What the president wants.
Oh.
Even though
Bullshit.
she's a senator,
What do you? Well,
She was the deciding
So now
vote.
we're going to say that the vice president is just a smoke show position. You know, it's just you're just there as to fill a fucking gap. You have no authority, no power to do anything.
Correct.
You just sit there.
correct.
Okay. Well, so that's bullshit.
Well, let's be
so
honest.
You need to be mental. So you need to be mentally strong to know that that's bullshit.
Well, let's be honest.
Okay?
Neither one of them make any calls. Let's just be
Correct.
perfectly
yeah,
honest.
right, correct. Well, we not going down that hole
Let's
right
be
now.
perfectly
Yeah,
honest.
we're not going down that hole right now.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that was my first thing. Then the next thing was when she said, "If you vote me in office, I'm going to do this, 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 and this." Well, me having common sense, I'm like, look, if you literally want to walk into the fucking White House. Like, if you want them to roll out the red fucking carpet and you get unanimously voted as president,
Yeah.
do the shit that you're talking about doing now and show people, hey, I say I'm going to do this and I'm going to fucking do it now to show y'all I'm not full of shit,
Correct.
that I'm a person of action. If she did that, she would literally tiptoe. She would skip into the fucking White House.
The one thing, it's the inflation. That's the real tax.
But that's my thing. She's saying she's going to fix all that. So fix it now. Fix it now so when election time comes around, people are like, oh,
Yeah, but everything
look at all the
she's-
shit she did.
Everything she's proposing is going to make it go up.
Right. But my point is it's bullshit. People
Yes, of
are,
course.
people, because they're not mentally strong,
They're not. And they don't have memory.
correct.
They can't remember anything that happened a week ago.
Well, you're just having your strings pulled by your party. And look, I'm not just talking about Democrats here. This is both. This discussion is about both fucking sides. I'm using Kamala as an example because I've heard her say some shit that's
because
just
it's so
blowing my
absurd.
mind.
It's just so
But,
absurd. It's,
yeah,
you got a lot more examples.
right.
From
But
that
this,
side.
but this is
Yeah.
both fucking sides. Okay.
Yeah.
They are pulling the strings, and the people don't have a fucking brain, and they're just nodding and smiling and okay,
Yeah.
okay. When it's like if you could sit there and listen to what the fuck they're saying and actually think about it and use common sense, you're like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
why isn't any of this getting done now? I mean, I'm not a politician, but if I was, I mean, I'm looking at what she's saying and I'm like, bitch, if you want to win, do everything you're saying you're going to do. You'll guaranteed win.
Oh yeah. Well, she's going to say everything she does,
But then it's not going to fucking
but it's not
happen.
going to happen because she's a real demon.
That's my thing is that people have
She's
to
the
fucking
scariest.
think.
Her and Gavin Newsom are the two scariest people on the planet because they don't believe in anything and they don't give a shit about anything or anybody.
Well, I don't know how.
So they're just told what to say and they have no problem
okay.
saying it.
So let's use Gavin Newsom as another example.
Got no problems.
People were sitting here saying because the Democratic Party was talking about options to replace Biden. Well, Gavin Newsom came up. How could anyone that has any common sense see what Gavin Newsom did to California? One state. He was in charge of one state.
Yeah. And Los
that-
Angeles.
And they are the biggest in debt, the biggest deficit. All the big corporations moved the fuck out. Everyone talked about how all these celebrities came out. Democrat celebrities came out and said how he turned California into a shithole
Yeah.
and they're leaving. How Just because your party says it's a good idea, how could you, knowing all that, could you say, oh yeah, let's put him in charge of all 50 states?
Yeah, great idea.
Like, what do you mean? And that's the thing, is like, people have to break this caged mentality and start thinking for themselves and realize, like, it's not about my party. What is good for me? What is good for America?
Right. My favorite is Gavin Newsom is when this is how you know these elections are fucking rigged. He gets recalled as governor when Larry Elder, the black white supremacist, ran against him. He gets recalled and then wins by more votes than when he first won.
I didn't know that.
Make it make fucking sense.
Right.
So where are those people?
Well, they don't exist. That's just,
Yeah, it's just
that's
fake
what it is.
papers.
Right, exactly.
Make that make fucking sense.
But if you don't have the mental strength in place,
Yeah, you got to think.
when all this shit gets hard, what are you going to do? People like people literally look to other people.
Yeah.
Like, life gets hard and they're like, Democrats look to the Democrats and say, well, what do we do? And then life gets hard and Republicans look to the Republicans and they say, oh, well, what do we do? They don't give a fuck about you.
No.
Like, you have to fucking figure it out. And if all you're doing is being used as a puppet this whole time,
Yeah.
and you're not educating yourself and you're not really trying to read between the lines and gain the knowledge you need and learn about economics and all this shit, okay, that directly impacts your life,
Yeah.
you have a defeated mindset because you don't have the mentality to overcome anything.
Yeah.
So anytime anything gets fucking hard, you have a defeated mindset. And it's like, well, what do we do? Well,
Right.
well, what do I do? Well, you take care of yourself. You get fucking educated, you educate yourself, and you do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And that's lost on so many people now
It's just really common sense.
because the search for knowledge and the search to self-educate is being silenced and demonized by the media.
Yeah.
Like, if you literally seek to better yourself in any type of way, whether it be eating better, if it's not the way that the FDA tells you to eat, they demonize you.
Right.
To make yourself healthy, if you're not trying to take pharmaceuticals, the medical industry demonizes you.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not doing what they want you to do, all that information is suppressed.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Mark Zuckerberg just came out and said and admitted, wrote a fucking letter. Yeah, we were told to silence shit, and I did, and I'm sorry that I did, and we shouldn't have, and blah, blah. So now you have
He's
people...
getting in front of something, buddy.
Probably.
He's getting it, and I can't wait.
I said that when the shit
see what
came
it
out.
is?
I said something's about to happen.
He's getting out in front of something
Yep.
that's really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Because he also got $400 million for the fucking election.
Oh, well, yeah, like they didn't tell him to censor all that information for free.
No. Yeah.
Like, there was a kickback from it.
He's getting out in front of something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shit.
Absolutely. But that's why it's so important to self-educate and continually chase that mental growth, because you don't know what's fucking real.
Yeah,
They are
no.
the powers that be are censoring and changing and contouring everything, all the information to what they want it to be.
Right.
And people are literally just sitting there and they're like, oh, they're absorbing this shit. Like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not fucking real. Like all the AI shit, it's not real. It's not fucking real. Like all these videos you're watching, they're fucking fake.
I'll give you a good one for like the Republicans, just so we keep it more balanced and not attack Democrats all the time. So like all this pro-life, anti-abortion, all these groups, what you would think that they would pump money into the Republican campaign to help win.
Right.
Negative. They pump money and give money to Democrats because when the Democrats are in, who's for abortion, they make more money.
Right.
So people donate more money to pro-life organizations when Democrats are in. So who the fuck do you think they want to They don't want to solve the problem.
No, none of them. Not big, like say they're big pharma. They don't want to solve the problem.
No,
they
because
don't want to cure cancer.
That ends.
That's it.
The money.
The money. Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, the same with racism. Like all these race hustlers, which I'm always confused about the race hustlers, because they slowly start taking things away. Like, remember they removed the statues to get rid of the racism, which I don't understand why they would want to do that, because they're getting less excuses on why they got so much racism.
Right. Correct.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like,
I can tell you right now.
They're like in the helicopter and they pulling up the ladder for all the future race hustlers. They're like ruining it for them.
I had a guy, the old location in the gym, black guy, cancel his gym membership because I made a post saying the further in history that we move away from actual racism, I said the less racism there is. It's a fucking fact.
Yeah.
Like, from abolishing slavery to desegregation to equal opportunity, all of this shit, the further we move away from all that, the less and less racism there is.
And then you realize the more and more fake racist hoax they try to pull off that can get caught.
So he got pissed off at that post I made. And I ended up having a conversation with him. And he was, I said, I put underneath it, I said, most of the people claiming racism are racist themselves. And he got all pissed off and he said, I forgot what he said. He said something along the lines of, you're saying that like racism doesn't exist anymore. So if you call people racist, then just fuck you. And I'm like, it's not at all. It's not at all what I said.
Yeah, you just want to believe what you want to believe.
Not at all.
You don't want to even fucking hear any other opinions.
So I actually had a conversation with him and explained to him what I was meaning, and he thanked me. He said, thank you for clearing that up. I appreciate you taking the time to do it. He's like, I'm still canceling my membership though. And I'm like, well, that's fine if you want to. But then I actually had friends of mine who were black.
Yeah.
That we talked about. One of them actually was approached by one of his friends at another gym and said, are you still a member of Valhalla? And he's like, yeah. He's like, how can you be a member knowing that Sean's a racist? And he's like, and this is a black guy. This is like my brother. And he's like, Sean's not racist. He's
no.
Like, yeah, he is. Did you see that post he made? He's like, yeah. He's like, and there was nothing wrong with it. So, and the chick that was talking to him was a black chick who I had at my house when we used to have Monday night dinners at the house.
Yeah.
That I invited her over to my house to eat for free.
Right.
Whose dad I knew when I worked at another business. He worked for UPS. Mm-hmm. Was a black guy that I let come work out at my gym for free.
Right.
Whenever he would come. So I was like, if I'm racist, I'm a horrible racist. I'm failing at it miserably.
And if you're a racist, why do you want to live in a city that's like 75% black?
Like, and
you're an idiot then.
That's what pisses me off is that, look, before we go too deep in this, because this could be a whole other podcast, I personally have never experienced true racism. I've never seen it.
Well, that is the real...
True racism.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Like...
That's the real white privilege.
What?
Is you never experienced racism.
No. I've never seen racism inflicted on someone else. I've never seen...
Yeah, because you could tell the difference between he's racist or that's a fucking asshole.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
Well, that's the real white privilege. The real white privilege is I can differentiate when the cop pulls over a white guy for being a fucking idiot and then disrespects the cop and then the cop beats his ass. I could say, oh, well, I'm white, he's white, I gotta go fucking stand up for this guy. No, that guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. He deserves to get his ass beat.
They gotta say, oh, he's black, I'm black. Well, it's a fucking racial thing. No, my real privilege is I can determine what I think is racist or not. It's fine.
Well, I mean, look, do I think that
yes, 100%.
black people get this brutality inflicted on black people don't deserve it. 1,000%. I think,
Yeah.
but I also think it happens to white people.
Yes.
Without
Yes.
a doubt.
And black people have it way harder than white people. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that at all. But I don't even know where the fuck we were going. I don't even know how we got onto that.
I don't know either. Headstrong.
But it's the whole
Hive mind, being in a camp, having to think a certain way,
yeah,
and you're told to think that way, and you're just going to keep going.
And I see it because I see it online. I see these people defend and it doesn't have to be about politics. It can be about a certain type of diet or a certain type of working out or whatever. And I read these comments that these people make, and you can tell that they've read a narrative and they're just regurgitating the narrative.
Correct.
They're not having a conversation with someone.
Yeah.
They're regurgitating what they have read.
Correct.
So how do you know? How do you know if that's right or wrong? You just read it somewhere or you discussed it between your group of friends that y'all all think the same.
Right.
Like, I'm always trying to find different perspectives of shit so that I can have an educated conversation and make a decision for what's best for my body. So, for example, like when I started animal-based diet, I read a bunch of good shit, but I'm reading it from people that advocate the animal-based diet. I want to go find an unbiased opinion about the animal-based diet.
Yeah.
And
Or draw a conclusion to your own opinion. Do the fucking diet and see how it works.
correct.
Instead of just listening to somebody about
And
it.
that was my thing too. So you have these people that say, "Oh, this is bad." I'm like, "Well, how do you know?" "Well, because it's bad."
Yeah.
"Well, have you done it?" "No, I'm not going to do it because it's bad." Well, so everyone's sitting here telling me I'm going to fuck my cholesterol up and I'm going to fuck my body up doing an animal-based diet. So then I read, and I learn more in depth about cholesterol, and I'm like, oh, all cholesterol is not bad, all LDL is not bad. Like there's facets to this shit that no one's talking about, or doctors aren't talking about because they either don't know or they just don't talk about it. So there's a huge gap in the information available.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to go fill the gap. Most people aren't trying to fucking fill the gap.
Right.
And they're just going off what they hear or what their group tells them. It's like, well, what if that's all wrong? What if it's all fucking ignorant?
It's all been wrong. It's all been a lie. Your whole life, you've been lied to.
Well, but that's the problem. So people blindly believe this shit without trying to challenge it and strengthen their mental side of shit. So how do you approach the hard shit when it comes up? Like when you have to mentally make a plan and figure some shit out when the economy's bad. How do you do that when you don't have the mental capacity to think outside the box? You just stay in the box and you think the shit that gets fed into the fucking box.
Right.
So then what? So how do we navigate problems?
Well, just food in general. We're the sickest country in the fucking world.
Yeah.
How did we get there? Did cigarette companies buy food companies in the 90s? I believe so. That might have something to fucking do with it. Look at the food pyramid.
I see people online that argue that bioengineered ingredients are not bad.
Well, they just had a new thing came out today because RFK Jr. is a quack now because he's worried about everybody's health and well-being as a nation.
Of course.
So he's an insane person.
If you want everybody to be healthy naturally,
So now there's an article I read today. Why ultra-processed foods really aren't that bad for you, and it's being over-exaggerated. That's a real article today.
Right. It's an article that people are going to read, and they're going to be like, "Oh, okay, that's good."
Because that's all they eat, and they want to believe that.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But that's weak. That's weak mentality. That leads to weak health.
50% childhood obesity right now.
Yeah, I believe it.
Japan's like 2%.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. That's so that's what we're talking about.
Circus tent big enough to put these motherfuckers in If you were this big 100 years ago, motherfucker, you were in the circus.
No one was that big 100 years ago. Dude,
You
the
in the
biggest
circus.
man, the guy, it comes up. Fuck, I forgot his name. The guy who was like the freak show in the circus, the fattest man in England or whatever.
Yeah.
There's 10 of them in Walmart now.
Yeah.
Like,
You need 10 Superdomes to fucking fit the circus in.
and
Come look at the fattest people on the planet.
so
They have TV shows for them.
So that's why I say that the mental weakness is the foundation and bleeds into everything else. Because if you're weak mentally, you're going to be weak health wise because you're going to believe this type of shit that, oh, you don't have to eat healthy.
Yeah.
Cereal's better than steak. Ultra processed food's not bad. Bioengineered ingredients aren't bad. All of these medications we're pumping you
drugs
with,
are
they
good.
aren't bad. They're good. They're meant to help you.
Yeah.
Guess what? No fucking medication out there cures any type of metabolic syndrome. The only thing that does is diet and fucking exercise.
Dude, they're trying to get Ozempic for 6-year-olds right now.
That should tell you everything. And look, there's people out there that hear it and be like, oh, that must be safe. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're an idiot. If you think that's safe, you are a fucking idiot. And
Here's the
if you're a
question.
person that thinks that that's safe right now, I promise you, if you're a person that's buying in to all of these ridiculous statements that are being made and you're believing them, I promise you, you're fucking struggling bad right now. Bad in your fucking life. I promise you are.
Yeah, the question is, should we give this to 6-year-olds? The question is, why in the fuck do 6-year-olds need Ozempic?
No, the question is, why the fuck does anyone need Ozempic?
Well, right.
First off, that's the fucking question.
Dude, you should have your kids taken away from you if
yeah.
your 6-year-old needs Ozempic.
Well, so that's the problem. So if you look at how people say it was, they call it whatever. But if you look how the country was like 100 years ago, yeah, everything was much more stern and rigid. But look at how much better
Well, you need that.
everything was.
You need it.
Yeah. Well, because
People just want to.
because it elicits discipline.
Well, too
like
many-
the less fucking rules and the looser you make everything, the lazier and the weaker everyone gets.
Yeah, too many freedoms does cause laziness and
Unquestionably.
Yeah.
Unquestionably. Doing away with PE and all of this shit, like for what?
Yeah.
Why? Mm-hmm. Why?
that's obviously proven.
Oh, no, it is.
If you give somebody enough leash, they'll fucking hang themselves
1,000%.
every time.
1,000%. Like you should reject the fucking leash. You should want to do it on your own.
Crazy.
So mental strength is the foundation. Which mental strength is going to encompass discipline. It's going to encompass good habits, which all that is going to bleed into literally every aspect of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have physical strength. Okay. So why is it dangerous to be physically weak we're going to start at 2020, from 2020 through the foreseeable future? Why is that dangerous? Well, it has been proven that COVID was a sick and unhealthy person disease.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the people that were most affected were people with some type of underlying condition. The majority of people that died had some type of underlying condition, which is some type of metabolic syndrome, which is some type of lifestyle induced disease,
Obesity, diabetes, high cholesterol.
high blood pressure, all of that shit.
Yeah.
So now all the shit that they're doing with the food, all the poisons and the toxins and the bioengineered shit they're putting in food, it's all meant to impact your health. So if you cannot stay on top of your health, okay, you're going to be a slave to these medications. The medications are not designed to cure you.
No.
They're designed to manage what you have.
Barely keep you alive.
Manage, not cure. Manage.
But they don't want you dead
They don't want you dead. They want you
want
alive.
you alive.
So that's one of the arguments.
and in the system.
Yes.
As long from birth.
Yes. One of the
Why do
arguments.
you think you get 70 fucking vaccines
yeah.
before you're fucking 3 years old?
Well, one of the arguments people make is, oh, people are living so much longer now.
Negative. It's going down.
No. They are living longer, but the counter argument is we're not looking at longevity.
Right.
We're looking at what's the term? quality of life.
Yeah. But
We're
actually,
we're not looking at how long the sick people live. We're looking at how sick they are their
Yeah.
entire life.
the last few years, it's actually going down.
Really?
Yeah. It's going down.
So,
Everything's going down. Testosterone count's going down.
well, yeah.
Sperm count's going down. Fertility's going down. Down, spiraling down. And let's just fucking keep going. That's the best part. Let's keep going.
Well, so that's my thing. How do you think, like, fuck, I can't believe I'm bringing these fucking people up again. Fuck. It's your fault.
Why?
It's your fucking fault. We're going to use the plus size park hoppers
Yeah.
as an example.
Let's
Okay.
keep going, my girls.
These motherfuckers can't go to Disney. And they get the Disney rash, and this hurts, and that hurts, and they gotta take scooters fucking everywhere, whatever. Like, you're weak, so you're a slave to your weakness. Like, I don't want to not be in control of me.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go walk wherever the fuck I want to walk, unhindered. I want to be able to go play outside with my little girl. I want to be able to go work out. I want to be able to go take a hike,
Yeah.
unhindered, meaning I don't have to do it with a cart because the battery in the cart's going to die. I don't have to do it in a wheelchair. I don't have to do it with the aid of whatever type
Oxygen
of
or
medication,
something.
oxygen,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
Okay?
I'm with you.
So the physical weakness, people don't understand. Like, if you're not mentally strong, that's going to bleed into your physical strength. If you're not physically strong, that's two fucking foundational layers of weakness and laziness that you have right there. How are you going to be able to achieve anything in your life?
Well, like I said before, there is no vision into the future for anybody. So, like,
No, because we don't know what the future's going to be.
well, the plus size park hoppers, they're fine because they're able to walk right now. They don't realize 5 years from now they can't.
Correct. That's actually a really good point.
But this is the other problem. Same as Lizzo. You start losing weight, the fatties turn against you.
Oh yeah,
The only fans they have right now are the fatties.
yeah,
But if you lose 10 pounds, the fatties fucking shame the fuck out of you.
right.
Same thing happened to Lizzo.
Because you want to better yourself.
Yeah. And another thing, so if they start losing weight, kiss the Instagram page goodbye. There is no more money
Correct.
coming in. There's nothing.
Correct.
That's worse than having to go get a real job with no skills.
Well, yeah.
Because then they're actually
them.
going to have to sit and fucking work for 9-10 hours a day.
Right.
Fuck that. I want to go play with Mickey Mouse.
And they don't have the mental strength to do that. You think they have
And be a whale.
Do you think they have the mental strength to be at a job for 8 hours a day?
No.
No fucking way.
I want to be a whale. And I want to make content on the tensile strength of these chairs in this restaurant to hold my fat ass up. That's what they want to do.
And if you can't see that they demonize anyone who tries to better themselves in any way, they demonize money. If you're a millionaire, you're evil. Like,
Yeah.
money's the root of all evil. They don't want you to have money.
Yeah.
They don't talk about how these millionaires have these companies that employ thousands of people
Yeah.
and put food on their table. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about these people that are healthy, that are unplugged from the fucking matrix,
Yeah.
that can take care of their kids and take care of their families and are not dependent on the government or whatever else. They don't talk about that. And if you're that, you're some egocentric asshole, you know?
Yeah.
The carnivore diet and animal-based diet and eating more natural foods is on the rise.
Yeah, it is.
And all you hear how bad it is. Okay, well, where's the deaths? So carnivore fucks your cholesterol up, animal-based fucks your cholesterol up, it leads to heart disease, all these people are gonna die.
Yeah.
Where's the deaths?
No, that one guy, Dr. Sean Baker, he was a surgeon. He's been on it for, I think, 9 years now. But, like, according to him, he was supposed to die 7 years ago.
Right.
But he's like, and he shows pictures. Dude, he looks younger now. He's like, I'm reverse aging.
Yeah.
He's a power lifter, deadlifts and
Well,
works
dude,
out.
you'll hear every now and again, you'll hear about a vegan, like some vegan influencer dies or
all the time.
like you'll hear about that fairly often, not every now and again. Well, you would think.
Well, these people think
how they demonize carnivore and how they demonize like this natural way of eating, that they'd be searching for the deaths.
Yeah.
Oh no, this motherfucker was on carnivore and he died. Well, where are they?
Yeah.
Where's the deaths?
Well, they think they're smart enough. For some reason, people think that we were dumber 1,000 years ago or 2,000 years ago or 3, 4, 5, 10. We're getting dumber.
Oh yeah.
But we seem like, oh, these primitive beings, like they didn't have air conditioning cars and stuff. So
Dude, they built the fucking pyramids back in the day.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They could, and it lasted how many fucking thousands of years?
Yeah. Well, they have way more technology.
We
than
can't
have
build
now.
a fucking car that lasts 5 years now. We can't.
Oh.
We cannot make a fucking engine that will last longer than fucking 5 years right now.
Dude, drive around and look at some of these fence jobs. They can't even make a straight fence.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, if you look at all that we talked about on a podcast, if you look at all this architecture
yeah,
that has withstood for thousands of years, like, are we advancing or are we regressing?
regressing.
I mean, I think so, without a doubt.
Go plant some crops outside. Tell me how you do. Go
Right.
take pH, the soil pH, and know anything about that.
Right.
Soil health.
Right. No, I agree.
You think you can just go throw seeds in the fucking grass and it's gonna grow? Negative.
Fuck no.
Oh yeah.
And
So that's what vegan is. Oh, that's eating meat. That's prehistoric. You know, that's when we're bad.
That's when we were bad.
I mean, they also think that cow farts raise the temperature of the earth too. I mean, that's a real thought.
Oh, I know. That
mean,
goes back to mental weakness.
Well,
Somebody can
yeah.
tell you that.
They were told that. Yeah, it's weird.
The amount of buffalo that were in North America, like, outnumbers cows, but I don't even know how fucking many.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, don't give me that shit. Like, it's if all the climate change shit was as drastic and as real as they make it out to be, the Earth would be done right now. They've been talking climate shit for the last 40 fucking years.
Oh,
dude.
longer than that.
Like the Earth would be done. We'd
Yeah.
be fucking done, dude.
Oh yeah, you could pull up articles from like the 30s talking about it. It's been a fucking scam forever.
It's just another fucking smoke show. But again, that goes back to the first one we talked about.
But my favorite thing that can fix it, the only thing that can fix it, is taking paper money out of my pocket, which is debt. It has no value. But for some reason, taking more of that from me, these printed paper notes, is going to fix the environment.
No.
Isn't that bizarre?
It's going to
Like,
line.
nothing else can fix it.
It's going to line people's pockets. They're part of this imaginary fucking problem that's not a problem.
You're going to go put a bunch of windmills in the fucking ocean. It's killing all the fucking whales. So we don't care about whales anymore.
Right.
Apparently.
Well, so
Oh, and there was an article that came out like 2 or 3 days ago. Atlantic Ocean temperatures are dropping rapidly, and nobody can explain why. So the ocean's getting colder. But you don't want it to get cold. Cold's bad.
why is coal bad?
It's harder to survive in the cold. You don't want global freezing.
Right.
You can survive. Things
so
thrive.
the argument is we've been dealing with global warming for so
Things
long.
thrive in the heat.
Right, but now fucking the
If
ocean
shit starts getting cold and you
Right.
start freezing, everything dies.
Right.
And that's when you die.
Right.
Yeah.
So to piggyback again, so we talked about mental strength, we talked about physical strength. With physical strength, man, it's really, really fucking important because, like I said, you're people don't realize how much shit they're a slave to. Like, if you're a diabetic, okay, type 2, lifestyle induced diabetes,
Right.
you can't eat without your medication. Like, you have to have your medication.
Yeah.
You can't go out to eat without your medication. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like,
Dude, just think you're a vegan and you're on your 10th COVID booster. How many fucking things have you just fell for in the last 4 years?
too many. Well, but
How much shit did you just fall for?
So that's a great example. Okay, let's talk about the propaganda.
That's just
aspect.
two things.
Listen to all the shit that they put in front of our face in COVID, and all you had two groups of people divided. You had the ones that said "fuck you, it's bullshit," and the other people that said, "Okay, y'all don't give a shit about humanity. Y'all want everybody to die.
You hate grandma."
Right, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Imagine to be on that side. Imagine to be like one of the branch COVIDians.
Yeah.
Okay. Only for 3 years later for the CDC and the government to come out and say, yeah, all this shit we told you wasn't right.
Right.
Imagine being in that group and those people, after all this shit got revealed, didn't change.
Right.
They didn't fucking change. Like their stance on all that shit didn't fucking change. They saw this other group. None of them got vaccinated. None of them wore masks. None of them social distance.
Right.
And they watched none of them die.
Right.
Now they're watching people in their group that have been boosted multiple times, vaccinated, still getting COVID.
Yeah.
And
more likely to get COVID.
And their stance doesn't change.
Haven't learned a thing.
So how do you think? How can you be
They're just
someone
gone.
like that
They're
and
gone.
think? Well, but this is my thing.
They're already dead.
So we're using that as an example. There's other people that fit in that category of mentally weak.
Yeah.
Where they don't have individualistic thoughts. They have group thoughts of their group.
Yeah.
That's it. They think what the group thinks.
And then just think. So if you didn't get the vaccine, you're a Trump supporter and you're racist. But all these lockdowns and mandates,
we're all bullshit.
41% of black businesses shut down. So who's the racist? The policies that you approve of are the racist policies.
Imagine that.
Who do you think inflation, a carton of eggs going up to $7, gas being...
It don't affect the millionaires.
Gas being $3.50. Who do you think that affects? These
It don't
policies?
affect the millionaires.
It affects poor people. So I'm like, why do you hate poor people so much? Because all of these policies you like attack poor people. You fucking hate poor people.
Yeah.
That's who you hate.
Right.
Who's having the hardest time right now? Poor people.
But that's where it's so important, because if people could see outside their own bullshit and think for themselves, now you're not making these decisions and you're not thinking these base fucking ideas that are empty and don't go anywhere.
It's
and
fucking
realize
crazy.
It's like, so people want to sit here and ask, oh, life's so hard. Why is this not happening? Why is this not happening in my life? Why am I struggling with this? Well, look around. Are you group mentality?
Yeah.
Or are you individualistic mentality?
Right.
Are you a slave to your physical weakness? Or are you independently physically strong? Like you have to audit all this shit and be like...
And think about this. So you that person, the vegan with the 10 boosters and all this shit, and 100% chance you got $50,000 in student debt loans too.
Probably.
You fucking fell for everything your whole life. You need to go in a corner and you can't talk anymore. You're done. You punished.
No.
You're fucking punished.
No.
You out. You punished. You're not participating anymore.
You need to learn how to do life, and you need to get fucking educated and stop. Because here's the thing, the group mentality on both sides. I don't give a fuck what group you're in.
Right.
Group mentality is not worth a fuck.
No.
If you follow the carnivore diet, just because your group says the carnivore diet is awesome,
Yeah.
you're weak. You're one of those assholes.
Right.
Like, you need to get educated.
Yeah.
Group mentality, that ain't it. Like that, and that's why the country is so divided. Because this group wants to take all the people and put them in this group, and we're all going to think the same. And this group, they don't want anyone in the middle that thinks for themselves. And that's what everybody needs to be. Everybody needs to disassociate from their fucking group and get in the middle and self-educate.
That's what it was. Yeah. You didn't know what the fuck you wanted to do when you grew up. but you were told to go to college, no further questions.
I did it.
and
I
you
fell
just
for
fucking
it.
Did it. Yeah,
I fell for it.
Well, at least you were smart enough not to take loans out.
I did take a student loan out. I took 17 grand out. I got like $600 left, and then it's paid off.
Fuck.
But guess what? I'm also not sitting here being like, oh, I want somebody else to pay my loan off because I was a fucking idiot. No, I was an idiot. I'm going to pay my loan off because it sucks paying my loan off. And guess what? I'm never going to do that fucking again.
They just rejected that today too.
They're going to reject it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to fucking happen.
Well, he ran on that, and they got all the people that can't think to vote for him.
Well, yeah, because
Which is another lie.
these are weak people that they needed money. They can't go make their own money.
No.
I was in school. I worked. The only reason this is the fucked up part. And look, I'll admit it. I own my shit. I was going for a dietetic degree. Mm-hmm. And they told us while we were doing our clinicals were 8 hours a day. We could not work. So I was like, well, fuck. Okay. So I went and took out a student loan.
Yeah.
To cover me for a semester or two while I did clinicals. Only to go to clinicals and be there for 4 hours and then leave.
Right.
So I kept working.
Naturally.
Right. But then had this fucking student loan that I had to fucking pay off.
Right. Crazy interest.
Right. So that's what these people are doing. They're like, oh, well, I got to go to school. I can't work. Well, fuck, why can't you?
Ooh, who's this
Why the
teacher to
fuck
tell
can't
you can't do that?
Dude, but...
That's why UNO's closing.
Well, but that was my thing. And that was a great lesson for me to learn. But if you don't have the mental strength to be like, no, I'm going to do school and I'm going to work, I'm going to support myself. Like, you can.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you totally can. Like, that was a super, super hard period of my life, but I learned a lot. And it helped me develop a lot of financial discipline.
Well, that's good.
It helped solidify a lot more personal discipline in my life because it was hard. We've talked about it before. The hard shit's the good shit.
Right.
Like, it pays off,
But just think if you kept making those same mistakes, like if you kept doing that,
Right. I'd be nowhere right now.
not only would you
I'd be
know
fucking
that, you'd be
nowhere.
fucking insane.
I'd be working for someone else. I wouldn't have my own
To
business.
never learn a lesson,
I
though.
wouldn't have my own house.
That's what blows my mind. To keep believing the same people that keep lying to you constantly. It blows my mind. And not connecting
The dots.
the dots that all of them work together.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
They're all
Why-
part of each other.
Since 2020, life has
They
been
wouldn't lie to me about that. No.
bullshit. They are lying to you.
Yeah.
They're totally fucking lying to you.
Yeah.
From 2020 to the foreseeable future, life has continually gotten harder, and it's going to keep getting harder. If you don't like where the fuck you're at,
Yeah.
dude, you have to be you have to take a third party objective view and be like, okay, something I'm doing is not fucking working. Something I'm doing is not right.
Yeah.
And you got to make a fucking change.
Right.
You can't keep believing. You can't let someone else control the information that comes into your fucking mind. Just because someone says it doesn't mean that's like the golden rule, that's what you take it for.
Right.
You got to get out of the fucking group mentality, man. If you're a person that is a group mentality person, I'm not telling you to change your political affiliation. I don't give a fuck what your political affiliation is. I don't give a fuck what your religion is. I don't give a fuck what your stance on abortion is. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I'm not talking about any group of people in particular. I am saying if you are someone that fits in a group mentality, it is time to break free of the fucking group. That is all I'm saying. Give a fuck what group you're in. I don't care.
Yeah, just start thinking.
I don't give a shit.
Like this guy I work with, dude, love Biden, vote for Biden. Dude, he votes for him.
Why? Tell me why. You can, if you want to vote for Biden, that's fine.
Well, this is what I
vote
told
for him. I want to know why.
Well, the best part about it is, he draws the plan for his house, and he bought a piece of property. He's going to build a house on it. Votes for Biden. Like instantaneously, the plans for the same house is going to cost them like
increase more, yeah.
$100,000.
Yeah, yep. I've heard
then-
that happen to a few people.
And then the interest rate is going to go from 3 to fucking 8%.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Now your house is unaffordable.
well, that's what I said. I said, dude, isn't your house so much nicer now that it's going to cost you like another $500,000? And like, that's what you wanted. Like, don't you love that?
But here's the thing.
He can't believe it though. He
That-
still won't.
Because it's group mentality. Because this couldn't be Biden's fault because my group says Biden's good.
But he's paying for it every fucking month. That one split decision is costing his ass every month. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, we'll do it again though.
Yeah, and doesn't get it, and literally can't connect the fucking dots, and wants to know why. Oh my God, why is my house so much more expensive, and now why is my mortgage so much more? Why am I paying so much more? Well,
It's awesome.
let's backtrack to how the fuck we got here.
It's awesome.
You voted for someone, you probably didn't know what his policies were. You probably had no fucking clue what he was trying to do to quote unquote help the economy, which wasn't going to help.
Right.
So you voted him in office. Okay, cool. He got in office. Then he started writing executive order after fucking executive order. All of this shit.
Getting rid of all.
Then he started instituting all of these policies, and slowly, year after year, the cost of everything, of living, just went up
Explodes.
and went up and fucking went up. And then your group told you, oh, this is happening because of Trump. This has nothing to do with Biden.
Correct.
But Trump's not in fucking office anymore.
Well,
All this shit that Trump tried to do, he just undid. So that's null and fucking void.
My favorite thing is now is Trump hates the military. He treats them like shit, and
He's not a president. How can he treat him like shit?
he's disrespectful to the military, and he hates the guys in the military. Talks down to them. If you hated the military so much and you hated soldiers, this is my first thought. Wouldn't you fucking send these assholes off to war to get killed?
I mean, one would think.
But he didn't at all.
You would.
He hates them so much.
Or you
I'm
would,
not going to get
you would
anymore.
decrease the size of the military. If you didn't like them,
Exactly. You'd fire them all.
yeah, you'd decrease the size of the military.
But no, he employs a bunch more, and he doesn't send them to any war, and doesn't get any of them killed. But Bush and Obama can get them killed every day. But they respect the military, even though they're all dying for pointless wars. For weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. But it's all a lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you another example.
Every war the last 100 years is all lies.
I'm gonna give you a really good example of group mentality bullshit. Okay, this was on it was a Michael Moore documentary. I don't remember the fucking name.
Was it the George Bush one?
Maybe.
9/11 documentary?
I don't think. Anyway, this woman who her son was in the military, and he went overseas to war, and he died. And she said it was George Bush's fault that her son died. So me, being the common sense asshole, demonized person that I am, if you don't want your child going to war, don't let them sign up for the military.
That is a chance, yeah.
The military is literally there for if we go to war.
Yeah. But all these wars, 100% were avoidable.
Okay, that's fine. But regardless,
And it wasn't George Bush's decision to go to war.
he could have gotten killed in training camp.
Yeah.
What the fuck ever.
Yeah.
If you don't want your kid to die in war, don't send them off, or don't support them going into the fucking military.
Yeah.
That's like letting your kid go play tackle football and they get a concussion, and it's like
The coach's fault.
the commissioner of the football league's fault.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's football. What do you think happens in football?
Right.
Like, it's a physical sport. You hit each other. Injuries happen. If you don't want your kid to get injured, don't let him play fucking tackle football.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's like, oh, they elected and put this person in office, and the economy got fucked up, and so now that the economy's fucked up, it's someone else's fault. It's not their fault
Right.
that they put this person in that fucked the economy up. It's like, okay, that's not how it works. All right.
Well, when it's good, they get credit, and when it's bad, the president doesn't have any power over the economy.
There's been so
I
many.
didn't believe that.
The propaganda is only getting worse.
They're not. It's like they're not even trying to lie to you anymore.
But not even with
It's
the
like they're
not
even
even with
trying.
the government though.
It's the worst lies ever.
Dude, not even with the government, the FDA, Big Pharma, all this
Yeah.
shit. The propaganda and the lies and the contradictory info are just getting more and more and more. So if you can't think for yourself,
Well, did you see the new article? The FDA. So RFK Jr. says, 50%.
yes, I saw that. I saw that. That was like the biggest slap in the fucking face, dude.
The pharmaceuticals fund the FDA. They're like, fact check. No, it doesn't. It's only 48%.
47%. I'm
Yeah.
like, you
Sorry, I
stupid,
misspoke.
you stupid assholes. Like,
Yeah, it makes it sound even worse.
dude, they literally don't care.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that's worse. Like,
they know.
in my mind, so
They know they have people so wrapped around their finger,
they can say whatever they want.
they can say and do whatever they want, and nobody bats a fucking eye.
And like in that instance, there's going to be two groups of people. There's going to be one group that says, "See, RFK was wrong. He's an asshole and he's a conspiracy theorist."
right. Instead
then
of saying,
there's the other
fuck,
group.
that's fucked.
Right. The other group's going to be like, "Did these assholes really just say it's
Admit to that?
47%, not 50?"
Right.
Like,
And then they show everybody that's head of the FDA in the last X amount of years, when they retire, they all go work for a pharmaceutical company.
yeah. And how could you as an American think that's okay?
It's okay.
How could you as an American, but also as an American with kids, think
Well, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
that it's okay for the food industry and big pharma to be in bed with? Like, how can you think that's good?
Human sacrifice. You'd rather, dude, everything, again, Democrats, everything they want is just so, it's human sacrifice, everything. They want you to kill your kids. They want you to kill yourself. They want you to kill kids that aren't even born yet. Everything is destruction.
I don't think Democrats want that. I think extremists want that.
Well, then that's part of your
guess
party,
what?
though.
Because guess what? RFK is a Democrat.
Not anymore.
I think he still is a Democrat. I think he's not an extremist. I think.
Well, then extremist is the head of your party.
We talked about this on the 1 or 2 episodes ago. Where the lines meet, okay? The closer you are to the line, the closer you blur kind of into the next group. So, like, these liberal conservatives, which is what I consider myself,
Yeah.
and these conservative liberals, there's not much that divides them, but one group will identify. I mean, I don't identify with either group, but you do have one group that identifies as Republican, and you have one group that identifies as Democrat. But they're not okay with the extreme shit on both sides. So I don't like to
pretend.
say that it's Democrats. It's these extremist assholes.
Well, then why do none of the Democrats have any problem whatsoever with those things I just said about
You don't know
health?
that, you don't know that they don't. It's just the ones at the top, like Nancy Pelosi, and these ones that have the most power.
Right. So why are you still voting for those people then? That's the direction it's going.
We don't know that they're voting for them.
I don't think they are.
We don't know that they are.
I
think my personal opinion is that moderate and conservative Democrats will vote Republican.
You have to.
But I also think that depending on who the candidate was, I don't think in this instance, but I think that if liberal conservative, like liberal Republicans, I think if you had like a super extremist, which I do think Trump can be extreme at times, if you had a super extremist candidate, I think they would vote Democrat depending on who the Democrat candidate was. I don't think that's going to happen in this election, but I do think that those lines they cross, dude.
Well, Trump was a Democrat, and he is the most. Trump is more liberal than Kamala Harris is. He wants lower taxes. That used to be a liberal idea.
Yeah,
he wants free speech.
Correct.
That's a liberal idea. He's against big corporations. That's a liberal idea. He's more liberal than Kamala Harris is, and people don't realize that.
Well, the things that Kamala Harris
And
wants to
everybody
do,
that's backing him now, Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, fucking RFK Jr., they're all Democrats.
Well, that's what I'm
are
saying.
all backing him.
that's what I'm saying. So I think you're
And then he said there's way more to come
yeah,
that are going to come out and announce.
well, because I think the more extreme views you have on each side,
Yeah.
the more those moderates cross over. So the
Yeah.
more extreme Kamala Harris is, your moderate Democrats.
We don't even
are
know.
gonna- are
She
gonna
hasn't even
hop them.
spoken yet.
Right. They're gonna hop to the other side of the fence. But that's not a bad thing because that shows individual thought.
Well, that's how America really is.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's exactly right. Everyone is supposed to have individualistic thoughts and vote on what is the best for the country. Not no one. Most people don't vote on what's the best for the country.
Yeah.
Or for their family.
What do we want
They
right now?
vote based on group fucking mentality.
What's wrong right now? Against war, for health, no corruption, safety. What is wrong with that?
Nothing. If you put it on paper,
Right.
put it down on fucking paper.
And say, which one would you vote for? No names attached to any of it.
Nothing.
100% voting for Trump.
Yep. That's what it should be. It should be
No fate, nameless, faceless.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Totally agree.
Policy only.
Policy only. Who's more fit to do the job you're being hired for?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're a woman. It doesn't matter if you're fucking black. It doesn't matter if you. None of that matters.
Right.
And that's what I don't like. I don't like when they try and make it about that. This isn't a popularity contest.
It's not. Who do I want to have a beer
run
with?
The fucking country.
Gives a
Yeah, I don't.
fuck.
I'm not gonna have a beer with them. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And now we're talking about joy. Oh, joy. We're voting for joy. Being broke isn't joyful.
No.
Killing people overseas isn't joyful.
No.
World War III isn't joyful. What are we talking about?
Right.
Suffering is not joyful. We're trying to fucking put this lipstick on this fucking pig.
No. It's true. It's true. But it's because people can't think for themselves.
Cannot.
Can't think for themselves. And
Dude, they're about to die. They'd rather fucking die than admit they're wrong.
well, here's the thing. If you're weak physically, you want big pharma.
Yes.
You want the meds.
You don't want any freedoms.
You want the Ozempic. You want that.
You want to be told what to do constantly.
Correct. Which means you're not in control of your life. If you're not in
Exactly.
control of your life, you can't do the things with your life. You can't make the things happen in your life that you want.
Exactly.
So if you have all these big goals and dreams and aspirations for your life of how you want it to turn out, what do you want it to be? If you are dependent on someone else for your health and for how to think and for what to do with your money, none of it's happening.
Right.
None of it is going to fucking happen. Okay? I hate to be the one to tell you, but if it hasn't happened yet, it ain't going to fucking happen. It's just not.
They just all, it's like a party of death, dude. It's a death cult. It really is. They don't want you to eat meat. They want you to eat bugs. I mean, everything you hear from these people, they say it out loud.
Oh, yeah.
Pay attention. They say it out loud.
They say it out loud because the group mentality cancels it out. Well, it's okay. He said it. He's in my group.
Yeah.
So it's okay. No.
Yeah.
Take him out of your group.
Right.
Put him behind a blank fucking screen. Listen to what he's saying.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Like, no.
One of the richest and most powerful people on the planet. Don't just disregard what that person is saying.
No shit.
He's got a lot of leverage.
Well, and the last thing we didn't really touch on too much is the financial weakness. If you are, a lot of people don't realize that these monetary incentives from the government, like welfare and all this shit, it is designed to keep people where they are.
Correct.
It needs to be restructured. I'm not against welfare, but it needs to be restructured
Yeah.
to where it gives people incentives to jump up a financial class.
Yeah, goals.
Instead of saying, don't work and have as many kids as you have because we're going to keep feeding you money.
Yeah.
Because none of those people have the life they want.
No.
They're still living in poverty.
Yes.
Last time I checked, no one wants to live in poverty. I haven't met a person yet that's like, you know what? I'm broke as a fucking joke,
and I'm
just so happy.
And I want to live in a dangerous neighborhood, and I want all of that.
Right.
Considering as soon as everybody's goal is to get out of poverty and get out of the neighborhood.
Correct. If you're not in charge of your own financial safety and you're not in charge of your own finances, like again, nothing is going to happen in your fucking life.
Yeah.
Okay. Before the push for welfare and all this shit, I've read it all the time. David Goggins, you can read about it in one of his books. I mean, I've read countless books about women who left abusive relationships, black women who left abusive relationships with 1, 2, 3 kids.
Right.
That worked 2 and 3 jobs.
Yeah.
And put their kids through school.
Right.
And then made a life for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we need to get back to.
Right.
Not this whole don't work shit. Don't work, stay home, have kids. Like, that ain't it.
And another thing, if you want to be on welfare, don't pretend and act like you a bad motherfucker.
No, you're not.
Don't walk around with a strut. Don't walk around like you got shit and your shit don't stink. You literally can't afford toilet paper to wipe your own fucking ass. And you're going to walk around like you the man and shit. No. You're the opposite of a man. You can't do anything for yourself.
If you're dependent on
quit with that fucking attitude.
If you're
Be submissive to everyone else and thank everyone else.
Right. If you're dependent on any institution for anything,
get down on your knees where you really are.
You're not the shit.
You're on your knees begging.
You're not. If you're dependent to big pharma for your health, you're a slave to them.
Right.
If you're dependent on the government to your money, I hate to say it, you're a slave to them. You are, because you don't have your own money.
Correct.
And there's been tons of examples of other people of all races that have brought themselves out of poverty and taking control of their life. So you can't sit here and tell me that it can't fucking happen. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to happen over a fucking night, but I'm not going to sit there and entertain, oh no, I can't do that. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
That's fucking bullshit.
Be ashamed of yourself.
And
that's all I'm asking.
And here's the thing.
A little shame.
There is, if you could take control of your finances, and it's really not that hard, people would realize, and also if you had mental strength, mental literacy, financial literacy, you would learn that all these rich elite assholes that really don't give a fuck about you, they made all these rules and all these laws that are legal that we can use on how to keep more of your money and not give it to the fucking government.
Right.
For example, last year, I own a business. I own a couple businesses. I paid $0 in fucking taxes.
Yeah, you did good.
Yeah. I'm not sending my fucking money to Ukraine.
Well, that's the biggest.
Fuck Ukraine. I'm not sending my money to the government for them to decide whatever fucked up shit they want to do with it. Fuck you.
Well, that's the big misconception too, is everybody wants a big tax return. I'm like, no. You don't want a tax return. You want to receive no money from the government, and you don't want to owe the government anything when you do your taxes.
Correct.
That means you kept all your money all year long, and you utilize it the way you wanted to.
Correct. That's exactly
the idea that you got $5,000 back, $10,000, whatever you get back. That's not a good thing.
No.
It probably should be more.
Probably. Yeah. The government probably owes you a lot fucking more.
Yeah. You don't want a tax return. You want it to be zero.
Right.
You want to neither owe nor receive. That means you had all your money all year.
And it's a lot easier to be in control of your finances and to have financial freedom to do what you want when you're not dependent on another organization for your fucking money.
Right.
Like, it's a lot fucking easier because they're gonna take your money and they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want with it. And we talked about that on another podcast.
Well, even the idea of working.
People are so removed from the problem they don't think about it.
Yeah.
But let's just say when you go to get your fucking check and they got a nice $2,000 check for you, and right before they give it to you, take it back and say, sorry, I got to rewrite this. It's only going to be $1,500. We got to send $500 to Ukraine. No one would be okay with that. No one. No one would be fucking okay with that. But they want to support the war in Ukraine. Oh, no, we support the war. No, you don't. Your group tells you to. You don't fucking support the war, because if you saw how the war in Ukraine impacted you and your finances and your life, you'd be like, yeah, fuck that war.
You know how you stop the support in Ukraine? You know when that ends? When all of a sudden they have a draft. And then all of a sudden...
Right. No one gives a fuck. No,
Oh, no!
Right.
The last thing.
Right. No one wants to fight the war in Ukraine.
You want to end that support? Yeah, okay. Put your money where your mouth is.
Right. Exactly. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
You'll be singing a different tune instantly.
But your quality of life will change. Your mental state will change. Your emotional state will change big time, because I'm telling you guys, life's only, depending on what happens in these next couple of months, can get a lot fucking harder.
Yeah.
If you don't have the mental strength and knowledge in place, if your health is not where the fuck it needs to be, dude,
Yeah.
if your finances aren't where they need to be, and I'm not telling you got to be ultra fucking rich.
No.
You just got to be in control of your finances.
Yes.
If you don't have all that shit, life is going to get fucking tough.
Yeah, you need
it's going to get a
rainy-
lot fucking tougher.
Yeah, dude, you got to have some rainy day funds, dude.
Like
just in case something happens.
You got to seek independent knowledge. You have to seek out health. Not what the fucking FDA tells you is healthy. Not what your fucking big pharma educated doctor tells you is healthy. You need to go seek out health and what true unpharma related, unmedicated fucking health is.
Yeah.
That's what you need to be on. That's what you need to chase.
And everything. You got to have the same thought process for every situation.
And look, if you want to be a vegan, if you believe, if you have gotten your hands on all the independent literature that you can, and you believe that being a vegan is the best thing for you, and you get your blood work done once a year, you get it checked, and your body is good, and being a vegan works for you, be a fucking vegan.
Where you get your B12 from.
But do not be a vegan because your group says veganism is the way to go. That's bullshit.
No.
That's fucking bullshit.
I love the before and after vegan pictures.
I don't.
God damn, you just aged 50 years in a fucking month.
I never shame anybody for being in a whatever because they arrived there because of their own independent research and thought. Like, because that's what it's supposed to be. So if that's where you arrive because of all this shit you've done on your own, good for you. Good for fucking you.
Yeah.
But if
A
you're
little respect for that, yeah.
if you're doing it because your group says it, no, you're part of the fucking problem.
Dude, some people, dude, they just need to be part of something. They just got to feel like they're a part of something.
Well,
They got nothing going for them.
if that's the case, I'd like to be a part of the educated,
Right.
healthy, financially stable group. Put me in that fucking group. That'd be great.
But if you're not that, you know,
If I'm not that, I want to be that. If I'm not healthy, I want to be healthy.
I hear you, but people, they want to gravitate to what they are and just live in that bubble.
Well, and look, and we talked about this before. That's fine,
But you can't complain.
but you can't fucking complain.
Right.
You cannot fucking bitch.
That's right. You're punished. You got to go back in the corner.
Correct. If you voted for Biden and you believed in Biden's policies, you can't complain a fucking ounce
Right.
about what's going on right now.
Yeah.
About the inflation, the economic status.
You got to
can't
love the
fucking
struggle
complain.
you're in.
Yep, absolutely, 1000%. If you want to be fat, you better fucking not say shit about that Disney rash. You better embrace that motherfucker and wear it.
And I'm so happy, fucking, I ain't got no money left at the end of the week because I got to eat these groceries. I'm so happy. You got to
fine.
own it.
That's it. You cannot bitch.
But don't pretend that it's good.
Well, and look, pretend whatever the fuck. As long as you're not bitching about it, as far as I'm concerned, you can pretend whatever the fuck it is. I don't give a shit. But don't sit here and bitch to me about this bullshit that you chose.
Right.
That's fucking chicken shit. That's bullshit. And
Or lie.
because you're bitching about it and you can't own that it's your choice, so you're gonna sit in it.
Yeah.
That right there is not serving you. You're not going to achieve fucking anything with your life anyway. So that's another problem. You can just add to that fucking pile.
Dude, it fucks everybody.
Yep.
Just based on getting your pool cleaned. Everybody's got to go up $50 a month
Well, yeah.
just to make the same amount of money.
Yep.
It's not my fault.
Yep. No. No, if the price of everything else goes up, I mean, your price has to increase.
It affects
Price of chemicals go up. Price of cleaning supplies go up.
It affects everybody.
Absolutely.
Just the fuel alone, to drive around and do it.
Yeah.
It affects everybody. Sorry, it's not my fault.
Give me your closing argument, your closing thoughts.
No rash decisions. If you get presented with a decision to make that's actually got some substance behind it, don't make a rash decision. Take your time and think about it. Because right now, everybody's walking around fucking minefield.
Yep.
One misstep, you step on a mine, dude, you're fucking knocked back 10 years. It's going to take you that long to catch back up.
Yep.
That's how sensitive the situation is right now.
I agree.
You can't slip up for a split second. You got to stay focused, dude. No rash decisions.
I agree.
Think about it. Take your time. Anybody to ask you anything? I'll get back with you tomorrow. Let me think about it.
Yep. Mine is going to be group mentality and abandon it. Abandon a group mentality.
Yeah.
We're going for individual shit, what's best for us and what's best for the country moving forward.
That's right.
No group mentality. Book recommendation. Huge book, guys. Some of y'all that aren't fucking readers are
We're
not
going to take 3 weeks off after this podcast.
Yeah. Y'all aren't gonna be fucking pumped about this one. This is an awesome book by Tim Ferriss, Tools of Titans.
It's got a big font, huh?
It's really not. It's not a hard read at all, and it's kind of spread out. So it's really not bad. The tactics, routines, and habits of billionaires, icons, and world-class performers. Super, super cool book. It goes over a lot of shit that high-level earners, celebrities, athletes, all these people, super successful people do. Everything from like morning routines to discipline habits, all that kind of stuff. Super, super fucking interesting book. Everything is kind of spread out. It's not super condensed. It's not like super small font. Like everything's it's really, it is a big book, but it's not a hard fucking read. And it's super, super cool. I actually liked it. I liked reading about what different celebrities and different super, super successful people have done. So super slick book, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. As always, if this particular episode resonated with someone you know that's struggling right now, recommend the episode to them. We're all going through it right now. We're all trying to better ourselves, hopefully. So yeah, the best thing we can do is be there for each other and help each other out while we're all struggling. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll talk to y'all next week. Got some special guests coming in soon. So stay tuned. Follow the podcast. Peace.